is on?
Yes, it's on.
You are ready to go.
Great. I have a letter.
If you would, for the record, give us just your name.
Oh, I'm sorry, Stephen Brooks, and I'm here in essentially covering the same topic that I was here the last time to cover, and that is the concern that I have with regard to Councilman Riders' interest in the serious vote that's going to take place tonight. I have a letter. I don't know that you necessarily want me to read it. I'd like to have it entered into the record, but it's addressed to all the council members, and it specifically addresses this issue. I asked last time, he addressed the issue, but it was not sufficient. Essentially what you said was that originally a restaurant was owned 100% by Petfor, and now you have 51%. I don't know how you managed to get to that point, and I think that part of what you owe the public is an understanding of that, and I'm concerned that when you vote for a $20 million subsidy, if you will, and the other half of your restaurant is owned by business partners who benefit from this $20 million, how can you not have some concern, if you're sitting from my side, about the motives? So that's my concern, and it's still my concern. And just because you haven't violated the letter of the law doesn't mean that you haven't violated the idea of the law. So I still have concern about that, and I still maintain that it's not, that it needs to be addressed in more detail. So I'm done with that, with my particular part of the issue. I don't know what you would like for me to do with this.
I'll give it to the clerk for you.
Okay. If we can present that to the clerk treasurer, it will be incorporated in the minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, to Rider.
Mr. Brooks, I didn't respond to you the first time because your research was flawed, and obviously your research has gotten no better since then, so I'm going to say a very short statement. The deal that I have on that restaurant has never changed since day one. So where you got your information, not a clue. The places you looked were not the appropriate places. So before you do, like happens so often in our press, and make a statement without facts, you got to check your facts first. That's as far as I'm going.
Thank you, Councilor Rider. Other comments? Mr. Carter.
As Kevin said, he didn't respond the last time Mr. Brooks was up, nor did I. But I am moved to respond this evening with a thought that I had when Mr. Brooks was up here the last time. He has spent a great deal of time, apparently, gathering information for his presentations. In regards to this, I'm concerned that he's been so selective in the points that he's decided to take up. One of the things that Mrs. Finkham and I did earlier this summer was ask, frankly, that one of our colleagues recuse herself from voting on a multitude of things because she was a party to a lawsuit against the city and had the temerity to vote on all these items that might affect what her lawsuit was brought to us on. And I think it would have been far more effective for the community if you'd taken the time to look at that and talked about that rather than the bogus item that you're talking about now.